It's hard to believe that after years of daydreaming about this, a year of building and 8 months of trying to sell our house, that we've finally done it. We live in a van and are now traveling full time. This morning, I woke up in a vineyard somewhere in the mountains of northern Georgia, my forehead pressed against my husband's back while the crickets sang in the early morning hours. Not even the sun was ready to wake up. One dog nestled on my feet while the other came and scooted his way in between Jason and I, just so he could switch back and forth between burying his head into each of our necks. What my life is becoming is nothing short of a dream.
So I guess I should give you a little update as to what is going on. Where do I begin? Right now, we're in, do you know what the town's called? Oh, we're in Cleveland, Georgia. We're staying at a Harvest Host, a little winery up here, which is absolutely beautiful. I think with the busyness of the city and the heat in Florida, this was like the perfect reprieve that we could have possibly asked for. It's quiet, it's big open fields, the dogs are literally grazing, eating grass. It's pretty much perfect. All in all, what we've done so far is we've left from Greenville, headed to the Charleston area and stayed with Jason's mom and stepdad for the weekend. And then we started to head on down the coast and then headed down to Florida. 2 reasons why we headed to Florida. The first one was because my mom and brother live there, so obviously we want to visit them. And then the second reason is because we are setting up our domicile address. What that means is basically when we sold our house, right, we no longer have an address. So we got a domicile address. That is like our permanent address. So we had to go register the vehicle, get our driver's license and all of that for work and for taxes. But apparently how it works in Florida is that they have to receive the physical title and the vehicle has to be in person. So they have to do like an in-person VIN check. But the thing about that is that our van is currently on a loan. So the title has to go from South Carolina to the lender, from the lender to Florida. And then once that happens, then we have to drive back down to Florida to physically register our car. So we're residents, but our car is not quite a resident yet. Now we just get to enjoy this. Hey boys, what you doing? You wanna come say hi? Wanna say hi to camera? Hi. Hello, buddy. Hi, Potato. Potato's busy eating grass, so he doesn't want to. And Jason's making coffee. How could we go wrong with this? Giddy up, horsey. Giddy up! You just let me do this too. Let's go wrangle the cows. We've been doing this for officially for about 3 weeks now. It's pretty cool. That's pretty freaking cool. And there's a Christmas market today, right here at the Vineyard. So we're gonna go to the Christmas market. Rumor has it, Santa's gonna be here. So I heard. Hi. Whiny Mickey. Coffee time. We're using the AeroPress today.
It's Saturday.
Because it's Saturday, and what do we do on Saturdays?
Slow down.
We use the AeroPress.
We use the AeroPress.
And slow down.
I think people have this perception of van life as being a constant adventure, when in reality, I've never felt more slowed down as I do now. But maybe that's just my experience with this kind of lifestyle. Sure, there are a lot of decisions that need to be made, and there's a lot of change that happens frequently, but I also know that I can't plan any further than 24 hours in advance, if that, because of how frequently everything changes. Some days we're hiking or paddleboarding, but most days we're working, taking the dogs on walks, doing chores, running errands, just the everyday kind of stuff. Only we're doing it in a van and not a house anymore.
Filling the water. Hiya. We were pretty low. Weren't we, Tater Tot? You being a good boy? Auntie Paw? That's a good paw. And we just got some good news.
What's that?
The people at the Harvest Host said that we can stay 2 more nights. We don't have to go anywhere. And they're letting us use their water, and we have some lovely neighbors. I cannot complain. I am a happy girl. We celebrated Jason's birthday, the big 4-0, and that was wonderful. We went paddleboarding down in Tampa, and then we went to a dueling piano bar. That was super fun. Let me tell you something. I jinxed us. In the last video, so we had the perfect amount of electricity and water. And then that night, what happened? I said, we've never run out of battery. Midnight, ran out of battery because our battery monitor did not match our actual batteries. You do not need to be whining. You just had the longest walk ever. So it was telling us a different number than what was actually happening. So at midnight, all of our power went out. We knew we were gonna start making our way north to get to where it was gonna be cooler. So at midnight, we drove about an hour and a half. We hooked up our DC to DC, got the batteries going. Jason's brilliant. He fixed the battery monitor, so we should hopefully not have that issue. But I did, I jinxed us. That is what I did. He's just such a little whiny baby. Miles, you're the good boy. Can we talk about how cute this birthday boy is? Yeah, buddy. Like a real teenager.
Young adult.
Oh, sorry, young adult. You're not a teenager no more. Are you gonna?
No.
Oh, I was such a tease.
My parents warned me about this. Well, really, anyone who is older than me has warned me about this. I didn't think it was possible that I would one day be saying this, but it's happening. Time seems to be moving faster the older I get. For so long, I've needed time to move faster. I hated where I was, who I was, how I was. I wanted to fall asleep and wake up in the part where I no longer had to experience what I was experiencing. And now that I'm 35, I'm learning about time and how little we truly have of it. Maybe it's the holiday season, maybe it's seeing family members getting older, their health slowly depleting, but what I know is that eventually we will all see our final hour, and I'm not ready to have it slip through my fingers just yet. To blink and find myself at 80 years old telling my niece about my regrets of not trying stand-up comedy or being a ballerina. I know we all have the same 24 hours. Time is a construct, they say, but time, regardless of how you view it, moves at the same pace for everyone. It's our perception that changes. After our beautiful long weekend at the Vineyard, we slowly made our way back to Florida to spend the holiday at my mom's house. We ate turkey and watched Stranger Things with my brother and aunt and learned about the names of our Sicilian family members who have since passed. We honored my late stepdad by ordering Christmas pizza, my mom for some reason calls it, and took her out for her 75th birthday.
So we have some wonderful news. The DMV has received our title, which means we have officially registered our van and we can finally leave Florida. Sort of. We're kind of dodging a storm and weather, winter's coming and all of the things. So we might be in like northern Florida for a little longer than we think. But that part has finally happened and I feel like inching towards being able to like start making our way out west. So I'm really excited. And my mom did say when we were visiting, she said that, you know, this is probably going to be the hardest month/2 months leading up to the new year because there are a lot of things that we're still trying to sort out and sort through. Like I forgot to get more of the dog's heartworm, flea and tick medication before I left. So I'm still trying to navigate that. And then we're waiting on like our escrow check and just a bunch of random little things. But yes, this is one step further in the right direction.
Have you ever gotten so caught up in a project, so much so that you look up at the clock only to realize 3 hours have passed, wondering where the day went? Those 3 hours are the same 3 hours as someone who sits by the edge of a canal, casting their fishing line with nothing but the sounds of waves brushing against the wall of barnacles. I think I've spent so much of my time on this planet rushing, pursuing projects and moving on to the next thing, and in all of that time, I haven't allowed myself to slow down, to change my perception of time. I went fishing the other day for the very first time in my life. Not that I haven't casted a rod before, if that's even the correct fishing lingo, but this time was different. It was just me sitting on the edge of the canal with the wind rushing against my face. I set the line out as far as I could and slowly reeled it back in. I did this repetitively for a few hours. Everything in those mundane moments slowed down for me. My heart rate, my insufferably racing mind, my breath, my need to do more, to say more, to produce more, everything slowed down. These are the things I want more of in my life. And call it a resolution, call it an intention, but in 2026, this will be my sole focus. I want to force myself to do things that change my perception of time, to slow it down as much as humanly possible in my mind. In a few weeks, just after the new year, we'll finally be heading west again. I can't wait, but I'll just have to be a little bit more patient. My father told me to follow the sun. My mother told me to follow the lakes. So I suppose with all of this in mind, I'll be doing a lot more fishing in the foreseeable future. If you're new here, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to watch and listen and just be here with me in this moment. I hope you decide to stick around because there will be a lot more traveling, writing, reflecting, and just learning about what we want out of this crazy life as we look for a place to call home, to buy land and build our version of a homestead. I hope you stick around for the journey. And if you aren't new here, I thank you. I thank you so much because it means the absolute world to me that there are people that are showing up every single week to be here with me in this. So thank you. And I guess until next time.